Space, the final frontier. These are the videos of Turbo Jesse. His mission is to talk about video games, give predictions, and start discussions. To boldly go where no YouTuber has gone before. Hey guys, today I'm going to try something a little new. I've been doing a lot of prediction videos, but today I'm going to keep it strictly discussion, kind of break down some of the facts that we already know, and just kind of give my thoughts on them. So what's really been popular recently is people talking about possible revisions for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, these rumors have been going pretty crazy. Earlier this year, the Wall Street Journal had an article saying that not only is the Switch coming out with a mini version later this year, but they're also coming out with a Pro version this year. So 2 new Switches in 1 year. It seems pretty crazy. I mean, if you go back, it's not unusual for Nintendo to come out with new revisions of their old systems. If you look at the 3DS, I mean, there was 1.5 million revisions. There was the XL, there was the 3D, there was the clamshell, there was the one that was for $70. It's just straight up and down. It comes with a game. So Nintendo is known for making revisions, and it's been about 2.5 years. So if Nintendo really wants to sell a ton of new units and get people to double dip, then it might not be a bad idea for 2019 to be the year that Nintendo comes out with not 1, but 2 different Nintendo Switch revisions. So earlier this week, there was a potential leak of what the Nintendo Switch Mini might look like. If you see right here on the screen, it does look smaller. It looks like the Joy-Cons can't detach. It's an interesting color, so maybe they'll come out with a bunch of different colors for the Mini. I personally don't think this is real. I think this is fake. I think people love to come up with these fake things and try to get a lot of publicity and try to get a lot of clicks on their video or just come up with something fake and just to kind of create a gag and try to fool people. I personally think this is fake, but I don't think that a Switch Mini is a bad idea or is not going to happen. I actually think it's going to happen. And I personally think it's going to be smaller. I think to reduce the cost on this thing, it is going to be a strictly digital unit, right? I think on the most recent update for the iOS, for the operating system for the Switch, they showed that it's making it easier to transfer data from one Switch to the next. So if you already have a Switch, you could transfer it to the Switch Mini. So I think it's going to be strictly digital. You're not going to be able to put any of your games in there. It's going to have to be everything through the eShop. I think it's going to be made a lot cheaper. By a lot, I think it's going to be about $199. About $200, maybe $250, but probably closer to $200. It's going to be very similar in specs to the original Switch, but it's going to be just strictly handheld. I mean, the Joy-Cons aren't going to be able to come off, but you are going to be able to dock it somehow. Maybe you're going to be able to dock it. Maybe it'll come with a new dock. And so if you have extra Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller, you're going to be able to use it that way. And this thing is going to be marketed towards children. Right? It's going to be smaller, cheaper. It's going to be made actually with stronger plastic and maybe a stronger screen. So, if it drops or it falls, it scratches, a kid won't break it. And it'll be a little cheaper. So, it'll be a kid's first Nintendo system. Also, making it smaller would make it easier to slide right into your pocket, right? That's something about the Game Boy and the Game Boy Mini that I loved when I was a kid. Be able to stick it right into your pocket, sneak it to school, sneak it to wherever you had to go, just whip it out of your pocket and just, be able to play. So definitely make it smaller. So now if we go to the other side of the spectrum, let's talk about the Switch Pro, the big boy system, the more expensive one, the one that you're going to need to get because you want the most powerful Nintendo system that's out, right? So what are they going to do to make this thing better and a Pro version? First, I think they're going to reduce the size of the bezel, that black strip around the screen, so it won't make the screen a ton bigger, but it will be just big enough that you'll notice. I mean, the Joy-Cons, I think you have to leave the size of the Joy-Cons the same because, you want to be able to interact with and switch them out of your old system and your new system. So the size might be the same. Maybe there's a little revision making them a little stronger, maybe so they don't break as easy. I know my left Joy-Con always drifted, and so I had to buy a new one. Maybe there'll be an actual D-pad on the left Joy-Con. Little revisions for the Joy-Cons. But back to the actual Pro. I think it will be more powerful. And not that much more powerful, but I think it'll improve the resolution. I think it'll be that most games will now be 1080p in handheld, which is huge. Maybe they'll make it a little stronger, a little faster, but I don't think it's going to be any quantum leap to like a next generation. Just enough changes to make you want to buy it. Maybe an updated, better made dock, maybe other grips you can buy, but just enough that like you feel like you're getting your money's worth when you're spending probably $350, $400 on this thing. I think they have to charge more for it, and people easily just give them their money. You can't make it so powerful and so much better that like Mario Odyssey and other games like Zelda Breath of the Wild can't play on it. You know, I just think it maybe will make them a little better looking, a little sharper looking. The resolution is really, really what's going to change. So you're going to jack up the price to the Pro, you're going to make a cheaper version, and then you know what, you could discount the Switches that you already have and you're already selling to maybe $250. So you have a Mini at $200, you have the regular Switch at $250, and the Pro at $350, $400. So you know there's a full line. You know, adults could get the Pro version and buy the little ones for their kids, or you could give your old Switch to your kid and you get the upgrade. There's a lot of options and a lot of different entry points for if you don't have a lot of money, if you have a lot of money, if you've been saving, if you need something for Christmas or Hanukkah. There's a lot of different entry points, and I think that's very important, is options. Options, options, options. Nintendo needs to give the consumer as many options as possible. Another thing I've been thinking about is I don't know how realistic it is to have two new systems come out in the same year, a Mini and a Pro. Like, people will have to decide, do I want the Mini or the Pro? I just don't think it makes sense for both those to come out at the same exact time. That's why I think the Mini is actually going to come out at this year's E3, and the Pro will come out sometime in 2020. Right? I think the Mini, a cheap version, would be perfect for this year's E3. You know, it'll set up E3 perfectly for a huge announcement, and it'll come out just in time for this year's Christmas. And if you guys didn't know, Xbox and PlayStation are kind of phasing down this year, so they don't really have that many exciting new things coming out for this year's Christmas. So if Nintendo comes out with a brand new system that's cheap, $200, it will sell bonkers. And I know what you're saying, $200 isn't a lot, but the system doesn't matter. It's all about the software, right? People will be downloading games like crazy. People are like, all right, I get the system for $200, then I could get Luigi's Mansion, and I could get Animal Crossing digital on this thing for $300 total. And you know, if it is a Mini, I didn't even talk about this before, but I do think it'll come out in a bunch of cool different colors, right? So you have an Animal Crossing version, you have Luigi's Mansion. I think that would make Nintendo's Christmas year just crazy to have a $200 system. But what I really want to know is, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that a Mini is going to come out this year? Do you think the leak that came out earlier this week is actually real? And if it's not real, like, what do you guys want from your Mini? Or what do you want from the Pro? Let me know right down here in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get back to you and start some dialogue about this. Hey guys, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for watching this video. I live stream a bunch, make a lot of prediction videos, so check them out. And also I make a lot of discussion videos like this one here. If you're new, definitely hit that sub button and ring that bell. Ding! So next time I go live with content, you get it right away. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Turbo Jesse, and I'll see you on the flip side.